What is up, guys? Half Slab Bacon back. As you can see, we're on a roof. So I figured I'd give you a show around. I finished up, well, not completed, but did pretty much everything I'm gonna do for now for our base. And as you can see down my hotbar there, I have 44 levels, so we need to do some enchanting. And I actually hit 44 a few times. I went to the nether a whole whack, ton of quartz, ton of netherrack to finish this build off, and just to collect. As you can see, I added some redstone lamps on the roof, and let's just go around and have a look. So what I used the levels for off camera was just kind of repairing my picks, because yeah, I burnt through a couple of diamond picks getting this done. So here's how the back half looks. We'll just kind of do a run around. As you can see, like I said, I built the hill back up around it just to kind of make it have a seamless look. Some of the holes in the ground over here I kind of fixed up so I'm not falling in them and getting hurt all the time. Not sure why there's a piece of grass missing there. Look, we got one, so we'll use it and we'll fill that in. So yeah, just kind of went for the netherrack, nether fortress look. I think it looks pretty good. We'll probably do some additions over time, but for now this is a good start. We've got our lava all glassed in. You've already seen the front half. I filled this in a chunk too, so I'm not falling to my death. And yeah, here's how she looks from the front. I put lava in around here and put our polished diorite in and prettied up the front a bit, kind of recessed that with some stairs. And added some decorative touches in here. You see some glowstone and some potted plants just for some lighting. Hi, Lucky! And threw some beds in here and added our stairs on the back on the way up. I decided that we go with a lava floor in here, and we put some soul sand in here. This is going to end up being our nether wart area, and just kind of threw these in for decorative touches. And in the back, continued with our floor, threw another fireplace in, and have just been kind of starting to transfer items over here and turn this into our storage area. Now the potted plants are there mainly just to prevent spawning. I'm not sure what we're going to do there. Maybe some brewing stands once we obtain the items necessary. Maybe not. I'm not really sure yet. We'll see. It'll evolve over time. The item frames. This trick over here that I happen to love with the torches. As you can see, there's a half slab in the item frame. So you place the half slab, and then all you do with the torch is just kind of point out the side of the block and click, and it makes the half slab look like a lovely little holder. So we got our chests going, starting to organize the items. I think what we'll do now is we're gonna go do some enchanting, because if you notice, we don't have an enchanting setup over here or potion brewing, so we need some stuff, guys. We need some stuff. So yeah, I'll see you over to do some enchanting, and we'll get at her. Alright guys, so I turned the chickens down just so you don't have to listen to them. Let's use up these 44 levels. So I think one of the things I want is another pick. Oh, I did go down and do some branch mining in between, kind of waiting for netherrack. Well, we got another work pick, so that's not bad. Let's see what we get here. I really want a silk touch. Just unbreaking 3, eh? Do we risk it? Well, let's see what we get on a sword. Also says just unbreaking 3. You know what? We don't have unbreaking on any of our swords, so let's see what we get there. Sharpness 3, unbreaking 3. That's not bad. Let's see what it's offering on a sword now. Or pick, I meant. Yes, guys. That's it right there. Oh, now we just need unbreaking. Will it give us an unbreaking book? Come on. Come on. No. Pound salt. What else do we need to enchant? You know what else we need to enchant here, guys? Is we still haven't done our diamond axe. And I want to see if we can get some good nether armor. Thorns, protection, thorns. Not so much. Protection 4. Ooh. I hate to waste that. Have we done diamond pants? We haven't done any diamond yet, have we? We have done no diamond armor yet. So, let's see if it'll give us protection 4 on a pair of diamond leggings. Yes, we will take that, guys. That's gonna go away. Oh, perfect. Protection 4 on breaking 3. That's gonna go away for the future. I'm breaking 3, projectile protection. We're down to 32 levels. Still saying thorns. What's it gonna give us on the axe? Well, you know what? Unbreaking 3 is good, so... efficiency 3. I guess. It's a good working one. What do we got for books? Fire aspect, bane. Sharpness, no. Did this change? Probably not. No, still just offering us thorns. Okay, well, we need to top our levels back up before we do any more enchanting, because we're at 29. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to put this stuff away, and we're going to go get started on our farm. That's the plan, guys. We'll take that pick with us. We'll leave our silky touch. We'll put our silky touch over there. I will see you guys down at the farm, and we're gonna get building our skeleton spawner farm, so that we can get some serious enchanting done. I'll see you there. All right, guys. So what I've done is grab the necessary supplies to get started here, and set up a bit of base. Eventually, we'll have an enchanting room and everything down here, just to kind of be able to come down here and bang out a few levels and do some quick enchants. Excuse me, spaghetti's backing up. So we got a chest to keep any supplies we need. Furnace. We're going to take half a stack of sand for starters, and we'll use that. Things we're going to need are buckets, glass, lots of signs, and some redstone lamps. So I've got some of the glowstone. I actually got over a stack while I was grinding away down in the nether. And we're going to need some of these. So the way you do this, I just realized I didn't make enough, but we just kind of wrap that like that around there. And that gives us some lamps that we can turn on and off. And we're going to use that to disable our spawner. And not so much with zombie spawners, but with skeleton spawners, that's one of the things I really recommend doing first. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove all the walls around the spawner. We're going to want a 9x9 area. So with this being the center block, that means 4 blocks out in each direction. So we're going to take out the walls, and we're going to take out the blocks underneath to put a water channel in. So I'm going to get doing that, and then I'll be right back and we'll get started on the roof. Alright guys, so I've taken the walls out and the floor out, and I've cut in a back channel here to lay our water flow down, and I've also cut out holes to put the redstone lamps in. This is going to be the channel we use to get our guys to go up, we are going to use a drop trap, have it come down over here. And yeah, so I also started these stairs to go up. And unfortunately, as I was starting to cut in above the roof, I found some unlit cave. So yeah, we're gonna have to light this up, it looks like. Oh, hi, Mr. Skeleton. Because yeah, we can't have that. I mean, it's not going to affect the rates because of the way spawners work. They run independent to the mobs in the area. But I don't want to be hearing phantom sounds from skeletons and the like. And, you know, we may as well get her done and take advantage of the resources that are up here. So it doesn't look too big or extensive, so I'm just gonna get this done and I'll bring you back. Guys, it looks like we have a slime chunk in the area, which is quite beautiful. We're gonna have 2 farms in one. So we're gonna pull up F3 and take a screenshot there. Alright guys, so normally I don't care for aesthetics that much inside of a spawner because, you know, you want them to be dark, so you pretty much close them off completely and never look at the inside anyways in case something's broken. But occasionally I like to take some of my mob farms and make them pretty. It's just normally not the spawner farms. Because with something like this, I'll normally use it in the beginning for XP and for arrows, and then as the game progresses and we get some better farms going, really only come back to these kind of things for, you know, stuff like arrows, or if it's a zombie spawner, for the zombie flesh to feed dogs and to do villager trading. But since it's so close to the slime farm, that kind of, well, what will be our slime farm, because that slime chunk's just down there somewhere, I figure we'll change this whole area and make it real nice. And since there was so much andesite in the area, I made a bunch of polished andesite, and I usually do use diorite on the floors, just because after the water's down, it's still nice and bright. And yeah, then if you do look in when it's dark, you still get a good view. These stairs will replace, but yeah, I just used the polished andesite, which you put together the same as polished diorite that I showed you in the house episode, and just kind of did this. So we'll cut that open for now. Like I said, I'll worry about prettying all this up later. It's not really the point of today. But I did want to kind of show you my thought process here. We can maybe make another room up here for storage or something. We'll put some doors in, just so this is kind of a safe passage and there's no mobs or anything getting through. The main reason to put this room in up here is should anything ever happen with the redstone. But so here's our redstone lamps. And well, you know what? We'll split that. That gives us over a stack. We're gonna need some repeaters. And I kind of forgot to make them. So yeah, that's a problem. Do I have... Oh wait, you know what? I believe I do have some iron down here, and we don't need a comparator or anything for this project. So we'll just run the redstone like that. And do I even remember how to make a repeater? Do I? We're gonna need some sticks. And we're gonna need some torches. I think we only need 2 repeaters for this setup. It's been a while since I've wired this, but I could be wrong. Now I can't remember if it's stone or cobblestone. I think it might just be cobblestone. No, it's not cobblestone. I suck. So I did forget, that is how it is done. It is stone. So we got our repeaters. I started cooking off some stone as a result, and I figure we'll just kind of use the extra to maybe fill in the rest of this cave. Like so. But that doesn't need to be done on camera. So let's go up here with our repeaters and make sure we've got enough space here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's enough. Yeah, so that'll extend our signal. We're actually going to put the next one there and drop that redstone there. Now, this block is the top corner down there. That one, I believe. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a lever, and we might do something more intricate in the future, but for now, and we're going to put a lever up there. There. All our redstone's going. Now it's actually safe to start working on the interior of this. And for that, we're going to need a whack of signs. I don't know if I ever showed you, but that's just a stick at the bottom. And 6 planks gives you 3 signs, for those that didn't know. Now, we need to go up. These bad boys need 22, I believe, drop to get half a heart, 23 to kill them. Then we're going to want to come out to the center here of our farm. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks, 7 blocks total out. And then where would we like this to land? Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's go, let's go 7 by 6, I believe should work. So the other way to do this is to kind of check your exact coordinates. So we want to bring it to 184.92, and then we want to have it drop down, let's say here. So 191.92. So 184, 191, and 92. Now at this point, I am gonna start going up and count. And I like to do this because you have to come back down at some point and put all your water. And to try and go up and place signs and water source blocks is quite frankly a pain in the butt. So I like to do it by this. Alright guys, so I've run my channel, and as I said, use the sand to signify. Now you notice I'm at 51, so I use 13 of them. So it's going to end up being a 24, 25 block drop. That gives us room for a chest and a hopper down there. So we want to finish on a source block. There'll be a sign underneath, and we're going to have this pushing this way. So this is 91. So we're going to go straight down, and you just want to be cautious, you know, listen for lava, because you are breaking one of the cardinal rules of Minecraft here. We should come out right where I said we want our drop. There we go. Look at that. Perfect, huh? Right in line. So, the next step, and this is quite the pain in the butt, is to go up there and start making our way down and placing signs. At which point we can actually go back up with the water once the signs are placed to complete the passage. So I'm going to begin that, and this is also where the signs come in handy. Make sure we got enough, right? What I normally do is once I've torn that path through and verified, is I go right back up with my sand. We begin our way down. Now, as I said, I want the sand to be a water block, source block. So this is kind of the process I follow. Is I go sand, okay, I need to place a sign here. Done. Sand is a water source block. Okay, cobble, I need to place a sign. So I'm gonna get this done and then we'll start on the water. We'll see you shortly. Alright guys, so as you can see, we've got our signs placed. Now it's relatively easy for us to go up because we can float on the water block. So basically, I repeat this process, put the source block, and we just keep going all the way up till we get it done. If you want to bring a ton of buckets so you don't have to go back up and down, that works as well. Alright, so as you can see, we got our water channel going all the way up, and the air spaces will keep the mobs from taking damage. I did make a couple more buckets just to make it quicker. I've put my source block over here to push the mobs this way. So when we lay the water here, they will get pushed, they will fall in here. It's going to push them down. They will hit here and they will get sucked in, and the difference between them and us is we can go down in this water. They cannot. And they get pushed up. It becomes an elevator. And you can see how dark it is. This is why I use the sand to mark the water sources so I don't have to torch the crap out of everything while I'm down there. And then we just place our final one right here. It's going to push them this way. But then they stop here with the current. So what we need from that point on is one from here to push this way. Okay guys, so I actually had to think about that there because of the dimensions where we're bringing the tube down, I had to change it here. So what I did is I actually added another sign and I raised us 2 more blocks. And then what I usually like to do around here, just in case we end up with a creeper damage issue on the surface, because as you can hear and as you can see from the falling sand, we're quite close to the surface. As a matter of fact, I think we might be by ocean, so we're probably okay to skip putting the dirt in, or putting the cobble in. But we don't want to thrash our mob farm. So we're going to at least put it in here. If we get an explosion on the sides, it won't be too bad. Are we in ocean? Yeah. Yeah, we're in ocean. So we won't worry about that side. But I made some slabs because if I remember correctly, I believe we'll run into some issues with just a 2 block high, and if it's 3, they bob up and down too much. So at 2.5, they won't take an excessive amount of damage. They'll drop in and they won't be getting hurt. At 2, if I remember correctly, they take damage. So we will set it up so that they get their 2.5 height until they fall down. At which point they will get pushed this way, and because that's an 8 block run, we're going to have a drop a layer and have a source block here as well. So when they come off this edge, this is where we're going to want our other sign to kind of break their fall and reset it, stop the water from flowing any farther. Oh, I screwed that up, guys. I put the sign in the wrong place. We want the sign there. to stop the water from hitting that block. So we will have water going this way, pushes, and they drop down. If we take this block out, we see that water goes exactly that far, so they have no choice but to go this way. And that's kind of exactly what we're looking for. Now we got a 2, 3 block here. So to keep them from bouncy too much, we will put a couple of half slabs that way, and that leaves them 2.5 to bounce a little in the water before they get pushed off and drop. So we'll lay our source block, and you can at this stage, guys, if you would like, just pummel the sand down, but I tend to prefer kind of fighting the water current just to make sure I've got everything set up correctly. Just to double check before I knock out my torches. So they're forced this way and this way. And here we go. Boom. All the way down. They go. Now we want darkness up here because we don't want them taking light damage. Can see how much my hunger bar depletes now from doing this kind of stuff. It's just crazy. And as I said, because we're a player, not a mob, we're one of the few lucky enough that we can go down this way. So here we go back down. And I'll see you at the bottom. Alright, so at this stage we're ready to start blocking this in and get her set up to run. And I always prefer to leave a few blocks open in the beginning, just to kind of do my test run and see what's going on. Now, the skeletons usually will try and shoot at us, so what I do is just kind of put some glass in for the beginning, and you know, if it's important to you, you can silk touch the glass to get it back. If not, you can just break it and be done with her. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in here now and we're gonna start punching out our torches. And all our redstone should be on, so that's what the lamps look like off. Let's keep them on so we don't get skeletons spawning and murdering our faces. And we'll just go around and punch out our torches. Now I usually leave the last couple there while I'm doing this, just as a security blanket. You lose them, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. And we'll get our water. We'll place a source block. And we'll place another source block. And we'll place another source block. Now at this stage you can see it's gonna start filling in when we steal a block, as long as we go every other one. So we just kind of go this way, fill the whole thing in. Oh crap. Really? I'm an idiot, guys. I'm gonna have to rework this whole thing. Alright guys, so in my infinite wisdom, I completely forgot that it's no longer necessary to recess the water, and that's where I screwed up. It used to be that the source block, when you put it up against a wall like that, would be a spot where the mobs could get stuck. And I believe that is no longer the case. So I used to reset these. That behavior has changed, if I'm correct. And now we can simply just put the source blocks right up against the back wall, and even when they spawn, they will go through. That kind of dead spot in the source block now only occurs when the source block hits a corner, so it's a non-issue anymore. And I had just kind of completely forgotten that when I recessed the back. So all I did was I got rid of that recess and placed it up front. Now what we should see is this joins up here and pushes them in this way. The only thing I can't recall is if we're gonna have to get rid of this bottom piece of glass here and put a half slab in to give them that 2.5 space. It has been a while since I've done one of these in this current version of Minecraft, and that's why I'm having some issues, because I do play on more than one version of Minecraft. So now over here, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do the torch trick to get rid of all our lovely sand there, and we're gonna even that out so we can kind of see where we're going. And you know what, we'll probably end up putting this in as the floor, so I'm just gonna stick that there for now. But what we're gonna do is get our glass out and build a tube for these guys to fall down. This part I at least remember correctly. You have to go all the way around. Well, you don't have to, but you want to, because if you do not, they can glitch through the sides a little bit. I believe that is still current. So the situation that we want is that we're gonna have to build a chest. And use a bunch of the iron that we cooked up. I guess we can put that in there and take those stones just in case we decide we need them some more. And make a hopper. Oh. Now, what I like to do just to kind of make sure I've got my center point is if I haven't placed a torch there, I build right down like this. At this point, you know what, we'll just make another chest because it's going to be easier. I was going to steal one of those. At this point, we're going to want kind of our collection point for the items. So we're going to stick that around back, and we're going to take our hopper, and we're going to shift click on the chest, and that's going to point our hopper in. Now, oops, what's with me today, guys? I'm just not with it at all. I figure we'll go with stone brick stairs around the outside just to kind of pretty her up. Again, this might change over time, but for now we're gonna go with that, and I didn't make enough because I'm just a pro at messing stuff up today. Yeah, baby. Let's try this again and see if we can get this done sometime this decade. So what I usually like to do is just kind of block that in like that. And then get our glass into place. And we want to be able to walk up, but we want them trapped. So I'll go kind of all the way around like this. And then I usually find I'm not, oops, there's part of the problem there. I usually find I'm kind of never bang on with the height, and I always kind of have to make adjustments because for some reason I spaz out a little while I'm doing this. So I leave a little bit of extra room, that's why I did the extra blocks. And then I like to test this by, yes, we have half slabs. By kind of dropping the half slab there, and then we'll see what kind of kill rates we get. We'll drop our glass in here so we can observe what's going on, and we want to make sure that our mobs are traveling okay. We're going to get rid of that torch just to kind of minimize the effect it's having down here. And we do that by putting them up top. And we'll hide one around that corner, just so we're not getting an over excess of light in there. Now, let's turn this baby on and see what happens. So it looks like they're getting pushed okay. Yeah, they passed through the glass as expected. And now what we're kind of aiming for down here when they finally take the drop is a 1 or a 2 punch kill. Shouldn't be any more than that. Now we're really not getting a lot of spawning in there because of the amount of light we're letting pass through. But I'm more concerned at this stage of kind of making sure they come down okay. Perfect. 1 punch. 2 punch. So, let's kind of turn that off for a sec. Now what I would like to do is kind of finish our glass off there. We should be able to just walk up and bang, 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 bang. And what we're actually going to do is fill in our glass here. Hi, guy. Just to cut complete light off in there. And turn this bad boy back on. And I'll bring you back after about 5 minutes or so, and we'll see what level of mobs we got here. Alright guys, so I kind of blocked myself in here so no lights leaking through, just so I could watch and see what's going on. And it's working, but the spawns seem to be a little less consistent. You get like 2 guys more often instead of 4 or 5. So while it seems to work great, it's not as fast as it was even 1.8. However, as you can see, it works good. It works good enough. What do we got so far? 22 arrows, 22 bones, half stack of arrows, plus whatever I picked up. However, we do have guys dying sometimes. Now the way we can solve that is by shift clicking a half slab on top of the hopper. So they're definitely not as good as they were in 1.8, but it's still an effective farm. Because we're raising it a half slab, we can in fact take this out, and that's why I kind of always check to make sure. The half slab will make it so I can get in here, but they can't. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to see me and take a shot at me with the new 1.9 AI. Yes, it does seem so. Make some of those so we can keep this pretty. Just turn around before one of these guys shoots us in the back. Shift click. And then what we can do, I believe this will prevent them from seeing us. I guess I need to make more. As you guys can tell, I'm not a big spawner mob trap guy. I know this stuff, but you know, I'm not one of those 5-year veterans that have made 10 millions of these. But this way we can at least get in and give them a punch from the kind of 3 angles. And we can still see them from this side, and we can get in to get at our chest. So let's turn that back on, and I'll be back after a couple of minutes. Alright guys, so I've been messing around for a couple of minutes on just kind of trying to see the effect of some things. We're going to have to put that lever in a more convenient spot, but this seems to work. They can't see me, they can't hit me, and we're getting pretty much a one-punch shot. It definitely takes longer to warm up than it did in 1.8, and way longer than it used to pre 1.8. That's kind of why I was kind of foggy on my mob spawner designs. Really, the spawner farms were a big thing pre 1.8. I'd have this many guys in, oh, I don't know, a minute. We'll just kill them just to kind of get her caught up and see where we're at. As you can see though, the rates aren't too bad. We're at 37 levels, so not a huge amount, but nothing to, you know, shake a stick at either. Try and clean this up a little bit, just so I have a couple of blocks space in my inventory. And I'll show you what I was doing while I was waiting. I wanted to get a good entrance exit set up, and I figured we'd actually leave this front part. Just so I kind of have some room to observe. Now, when this is lit up, we won't get any mob spawns in here. However, if we check our F3 screen, we're getting some light bleed. Like it's 3-4 right here, even with the step in the door. So what I think we need to do, I hope you guys are ready for this, is break this glass and just kind of get that in there. I mean, the level's at 2 here and 1 there. So I would like to be able to see what's going on in the spawner, but I really want to minimize the light bleed I'm getting from it. So, hi guys! They can definitely see us, which is great. They're not trying to kill us though, which is also great. I think what I want to do is put some glass in there and maybe break this glass and shove some blocks in there. That should be enough. The light bleed's like not gonna get in that room. We're not gonna really see anything, and it kind of gives me enough of an angle. I can see if they're getting stuck over there. Alright guys, so to finish her off, I just kind of beautified our room, did the floors with some half slabs with some torches underneath, and used our andesite. It's got a nice industrial look. I like it. I moved the lever, and I'll explain to you briefly how that works. So all I did was, instead of having that block moved and the redstone running that way, I filled the block in and dropped a redstone torch there. And now you know that. Notice that that torch is on right now and it's powering all the lights. So let's go over here, and I will kind of show you how that works. So you can see, I need that block. Our lever is there. So this block right there, that's actually the block that that torch is attached to. So a redstone torch by default is on, so it's powering. Now this one is off because this block is feeding it power and shutting it off. This block is getting that power from this torch. Now when we flick our lever, it shuts this torch off, which lets this one fire up, which kills the other torch, thereby shutting off the lights. So at this height, with that setup, the 3 torches, default state, light switch up, lights are on. Light switch down, lights are down. Just kind of like at home. And that's kind of why I set it up that way, because, you know, it's easy to keep track of something like that when it follows a habit you're already in normal everyday life. And it makes our lever a little more convenient, just kind of recessed into the wall there, almost like you would find it in a household, except it would be, you know, protruding on the wall there, but I don't want it protruding on the wall because they stick out too much. But there we go. And I figure we'll put our thing, our enchanting table, over in this corner. I got our chests organized and cleaned up for bows and weapons and stuff. That's just, you know, a junk chest for now. And left a door here so we can get out this way and kind of build our slime farm and eventually make a connection to this room. So I figure it's going to work out close enough that once we build a couple layers into the slime farm, we should be able to AFK in this room and have a bunch of skeletons come down and, you know, hit them for experience and arrows and everything, and it should cause our slime farm to start generating slimes at the same time, so we can kind of build arrows and all these goodies and slimes at the same time. That should be epic. That is like a 2-for-1 right there. I mean, to start these things, the skeleton spawners are like one of the best spawners you can find to build a spawner mob trap with, and to have a slime chunk right next to it, such luck, guys. So I'm probably gonna, you know, work on some enchanting and stuff with my levels, and yeah, build up some tools and some armor for our next adventure. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.